kitchen. Today I want to show you how to use your Instant Pot to make a delicious corn soup. We're going to go to my Instant Pot Indian cookbook and we're going to turn to page 46, 47, and you're going to see this beautiful, luscious, yellow, bright yellow soup. And I'm going to walk you through the process of cooking this in your Instant Pot. It's so simple, so easy. What I love about it and what I did here was I incorporated a couple different things. A little bit of turmeric, some black pepper, and a fat. So the fat is coming through cashews. I'm also adding in some ghee or clarified butter. That combination is a deliciously healthy combination for you. It fights inflammation and it's great to get into your day. I like to drink this soup ahead of going out or a big meal. So it just kind of cuts that hunger down a little bit and helps you stay focused on your weight loss goals perhaps, or your just healthy eating goals. So come with me, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Let's go ahead and get started by first pressing saute. That saute button is going to get pressed with no lid. That means we're going to heat up our oil or our ghee, and then we're gonna add in a few things there. The 30-minute marker goes on, you hear the beep, that it's now working, it's on. 30 minutes just means it will automatically turn off just in case you forgot about it after 30 minutes. If you needed to saute longer than 30, just hit saute again and we'll start up again. So we'll let that go ahead and warm up. Let's show you the ingredients here. We've got a tablespoon of ghee. In the recipe it says oil. I like ghee, so that's what I'm using today, but up to you. We've got a teaspoon of turmeric. Feels like quite a bit of turmeric, right? Good amount. We've got a teaspoon of black pepper. That's your beauty combination of fat, turmeric, and black pepper. The black pepper enables more absorption by 2,000% or more of the turmeric, so it's really nice to get that in there. I like coriander powder. Coriander powder is a very lemony, citrusy powder. And the reason I like that is because now we add that flavor profile without adding moisture like you would if you added lemon juice. So love that. Tablespoon of salt. If you don't want to use a tablespoon, use a little bit less. You can work your way up to that much if you think you need it at the end. Go slow. Love cashews. I've got a 1/4 cup of raw. These are raw cashews. You could have soaked them. You don't have to because we're putting them in the pressure cooker. It'll be fine. This is what adds the creaminess at the end. Such a great way to do that. And also another fat that will work with the turmeric for better body nutrition absorption. All right, shallot, we've got 1 minced, 3 cups of frozen corn kernels, and over here we've got a small potato that's been peeled and diced. It was sitting in water so that it would not brown. And we've got our Instant Pot heating up. It hasn't hit hot yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead because it is warm. Go ahead and add the ghee in there. Put that in there. Let's go ahead and let that warm up a bit. It's starting to melt. What happens is because of the way the inner pot is set up on the Instant Pot, everything goes to the sides. You're gonna have to kind of move all your product into the oil or the ghee to get it nice and sizzly. We've got the turmeric going in. And again, we haven't quite hit hot yet on our panel, but it's okay if you start sooner than that. We've got our shallot going in. You can hear the sizzle. It's warm enough. Let's give it a stir. Just 40 seconds at this point. It just has to go opaque at the most. It doesn't have to brown. You don't really want it to brown. So after it cooks for about 40 seconds, it's really simple from there. We're gonna add a portion of our corn. So for the 3 quart, we've got 3 cups, so mine is a 1/2 cup. The reason why we do that is we can blend this down and then add that 1/2 cup of corn at the end so that it's nice and gives you that little bit of texture in there as well. So there's no rhyme or reason to exactly, but I'll just kind of navigate it. There we go. About a 1/2 cup of the kernels left. Let's go ahead and give this a stir. Corn is so fun for Indian spices. It goes really well with our spices. It also works really well with all of our other ingredients. It's just a fun ingredient to have on hand to mix in with all these other ingredients that we work with. We're gonna go ahead and let that cook for just a moment. We're gonna add our cashews in as well. Go right in there. There's no fuss. Typically I would soak them and then add them, but we're making soup in a pressure cooker. They're going to get cooked really well. It's okay, you don't need to soak them. So why not just go ahead and skip the step? All right, we're gonna go ahead and let that heat up just a touch. The next step is hit cancel, add the salt, the pepper, the coriander, and let's see how much water? 6 cups of water. So we've got that. We're gonna hit cancel. Let's go ahead and add our salt. I'm gonna trust my recipe. I said a tablespoon. I'm gonna say I am really good with salt, but if you think you're not gonna use that much salt, go ahead and pull back on it. Pepper, coriander went in. And then, you know what? Let's throw our potato. I kind of forgot about the potato. It was on the side. But you know what? No matter if we wanted to do it the way the recipe states, we would have put that in a little sooner, but it's okay. Let's give it a stir. And we canceled the cook on the Instant Pot, so it's not really gonna cook outside of the warmth that you already have. And we're gonna go ahead and add our water. This is a total of 6 cups. I've got you covered. It's not gonna go above the max fill line, not to worry. We go right under it. And let's get all the product down from the sides. And let's go ahead and put the lid on. Remember, when you put your lid on, you want to close up the vent so no steam is releasing while you're cooking. And then let's take a look at our cooking instructions. Lock the lid into place. Go ahead and press the pressure cook button and press the pressure level button until it reads high. So we're gonna cook it on high and adjust the cook time to 5 minutes. So pressure cook right here. See how it says high there? That's great. We're gonna go ahead and take it to 5 minutes, but look at this. If you hit that, it tells you the last times that you actually cooked your items. And that was the closest to 5, so I don't have to work with the dials as much. And we're gonna hit 5. It is gonna warm up. You're gonna see it's on now. And as that steam builds, you're gonna see this lever here pop up to show you that the steam has built. And they're gonna walk you through how to release the steam and work with your soup to get this delicious, amazing blended corn soup. So now that cooking's done, so it cooked for 5 minutes, we're going to manually release the rest of the pressure, and that means we're gonna have to touch it. It's okay, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna touch it from the corner, the lever, and we're gonna turn it to 7 o'clock, right? So there we go, counterclockwise. We want it to keep releasing until this little metal bar drops. It already smells really good. It doesn't take very long to cook corn, so 5 minutes is perfect. And you can hear the steam slowing down. That's a good sign. And it dropped. So now it's safe to open this lid up. Let's see what we've got in here. We're gonna open it up, and then we're going to hit cancel. So check this out too. I always like to show everybody. I want the camera to pick up everything I'm doing, so I'm just gonna hold the lid so I don't put the dirty lid on the counter. Right there, that's what these little holes are in the handles. And then I'm gonna hit cancel on my pressure cooker. This looks beautiful. It's cooked. I mean, it was just corn and potato, so 5 minutes was perfect. And look at the cashews in there. They're now cooked down. To get it really nice and beautifully smooth, we'll just use our immersion blender. You could transfer this into a blender. I don't need to do that. I'm just gonna use my immersion blender and get in there and blend this all down. Because of the cashews, it's gonna get really beautifully creamy. Look at that, it's still stuck in there, so you've got some solid parts because of the corn. So we're just gonna go ahead and, if you wanted to, you could strain this so you get rid of some of the skin from the corn, but I'm actually okay with a little bit of texture. Totally up to you. But if you really wanted a completely smooth soup, you'd have to do that. Remember, when you blend with immersion blender, make sure it's all the way in there and immersed so that you don't get any splashback. I want to add the rest of the frozen corn in, which is not frozen anymore. You don't have to, but I like to just hit the saute so it'll now start to warm up again so that we can give it a little bit of a, it's a little cold, so we can get it a little bit of a head start with warming it back up. And that way you add a tiny bit of texture back, and it's really nice to have the full corn pieces in there to bite into when you're eating this soup, but it's really a very thin, brothy soup. Let's see how it turned out. We can try it even now. So nice and hot. I'm gonna actually just drink it right from this. Really good. The sweet corn gives it a sweetness. You can kind of taste that turmeric in the backdrop. I even taste the ghee. So it's a little bit of a different flavor profile than if I'd used just the oil. But it's just so good and so brothy. And look at that. It is so much for the 3-quart, like product-wise. You don't really need to make much more than that. You can feed your whole family soup. You can have leftovers just sitting in the fridge for, again, I love to get like a little cup of this as a pre-meal meal, because then I fill up on this. I don't overdo it when I go out and I eat at a restaurant or someone's house. It's just a great in-between little brothy soup, just fun, even for summer and spring, just to get your corn soup on, folks, with a little bit of turmeric and black pepper. So check it out. The recipe's on our website. It's in my book, especially, indianisapplepie.com. The book is Instant Pot Indian. Check it out if you can.